Good morning. It's time for Two Guys on Sports. I'm Larry Hazen.
I'm Dick Olson. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, Dick. And, of course, Two Guys on Sports brought to you by All Motor Performance and 2940 Opelt Avenue, Neillsville. ATVs, UTVs, motorcycles, and snowmobiles, trailer track, All Motor Performance can have your machine performing the way you want it. And Braun Concrete and Excavating. Lasting, reliable, and quality concrete requires Braun Concrete and Excavating. And a lot to talk about here today as the fall sports, of course, kind of winding down with the tournaments coming up here. And one is already in the books, well, at least one that we are covering, the cross-country state championships last week.
Held last weekend at the Ridges in Wisconsin Rapids. In the boys D3, great representation by the local teams, Larry. St. Ambrose Academy was first as a team, but after that, Prentice Rib Lake second, Phillips third, Marathon fourth, and Cadott fifth. So very good representation by the local teams. In the individuals, Gavin Esterholm from Phillips was third. Bo Steinke from Cadott, who's had a tremendous season all the way around, he was sixth for Cadott, and then Reed Harches from Assumption finished 14th. So.
All right, and Stevens Point, of course, cruising to another championship, their fourth straight.
Yeah, that was 69 points. They were 40-some points ahead of second-place Homestead.
Yeah,
they had five individuals, Larry, in the top 41 at a state meet.
They are a juggernaut.
Pretty awesome. So
yes. And how about on the girls' side, where Lauren McCullough of Menominee shattered the Division I state meet record for 5 kilometers at 17:26.4.
Isn't that crazy?
That is good.
That's almost a dead sprint for some.
Yeah, and you look at Division II, the top one there was 18:01.
So one other mention, D1.
Yeah.
Bloomer finished third as a team in the girls, and they were short one of the Hartmans. I do not know what the reason was, if it was injury, sickness, or what, but one of the Hartmans did not run in that race, and might have affected, where they played.
Right.
Because the Hartmans have kind of rotated 1, 2, 3 for them all season. So they were out one of their top runners in that race, but still finished third. A D2 school finishing third in D1, pretty impressive.
That is very impressive, very impressive. I was just going to say those cross-country runners are probably happy they ran last week.
Yes, absolutely.
Because this Saturday it doesn't look good.
Yeah, they're using the S word this weekend. So.
And upper 30s for highs.
Yeah, actually very nice last Saturday, really. I said, considering we had rain and stuff, and I'm sure north of Tomahawk it was probably even starting to turn into a little snow up there, as much rain as they had up there. So.
All right, before I forget, and I did forget the last couple of weeks, but a couple of weeks ago we celebrated our sixth anniversary.
Sixth anniversary,
of Two Guys on Sports. We started back in 2019.
A lot of fun. Yeah. And we keep churning them out, Larry, too.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I think there's a lot of stuff there to go for a while yet. So the old think tanks are still there. So, it's been fun.
It has.
It's been an enjoyable ride. I can't think of anything better than talking sports with you.
Yeah, it's amazing how that all started and where we are right now. But as long as there's sports and we got stuff to talk about, we'll be here. So. All right, so girls volleyball tournament gets underway later on. Actually, it's going on right now, I guess. Division 5 semifinals, and then Division 4 will have their semifinals. But, talk a little bit about some of these teams that are involved. Division 3 is it Division 4, has 3 first-time qualifiers.
Yeah,
Division 4.
Heritage Christian, Blair Taylor, and Montello. All, I believe, they're for the first time. So
Regis is the only one that's back.
Absolutely. So, just pretty nice. And Regis, of course, I don't want to call it an upset because, they were number 2 all season. But knocking off McDonald in that sectional champion was I believe, either the sectional championship or the semifinal.
That was the semifinal.
Very, very impressive there.
Yeah, because we thought McDonald was going to be probably the team to beat.
Yeah. So after they had whipped Columbus in the regional final, and so.
That's a case of that's why they play the games.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But how about in Division 3? Am I looking right here? No, Division 5, St. Ambrose. We talked about them in cross country.
St. Ambrose.
But the girls team is making their first trip to state. And it's their first season of competition in girls volleyball.
I had never heard of St. Ambrose. So that's very impressive. I'm not even sure where it's at.
No.
I'm thinking it's in the southeastern part of the state, just by where these other teams line up. I mean, you got Newman. Florence is up in Hurley country, up in there. And then Rib Lake pretty much goes the west way. So I'm thinking St. Ambrose is in the southern part of the state somewhere. But yeah, good local flavor here though with Newman and Rib Lake both being in there. Newman the number 1 seed, Rib Lake the number 3. So
yeah, all the teams in our area are playing actually today.
yes,
In Division 4 and 5, and then Division 1.
D5 started at 9:00 this morning, and then 11:30 later we'll have the D4, and then this afternoon the D1s go. So
Yeah, they'll have their quarterfinals.
Yep.
This afternoon. By the way, the boys' state volleyball tournament is going on at the same time over there.
Yep.
Well, not at the same time, but
they
kind of alternate.
People will see the discrepancies in the scheduling here. It's because that's when the boys are going.
Yes.
And of course, is there only one division in
Yes,
boys?
there is.
Yeah, I believe it's because you'd have none from around this country up here. So
right. Yep.
So
All right. You got 3-time defending champion in Division 1, Divine Savior Holy Angels.
yeah, Spash drew the lucky one there. So, but
It's hard to believe Stevens Point has not been to state in 39 years.
yeah, absolutely
For volleyball.
because they've had some good teams, but. I think that part of that is a lot of those good athletes are out on the cross country course too.
You can only divvy them up so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Even in a large school like that.
Before
But
it gets a little watered
Divine
down.
Savior Holy Angels has just been dominant.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd be surprised if they don't come out of this one either. So,
Yeah, 3-time defending champions in Division 1. A lot of, I guess you could say, experience in Division 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I said, you look at, Hamilton, Verona, Oconomowoc,
Wanakee.
Kimberly.
Yeah, they've all been there
They've
numerous
all been there numerous times, and it's funny, and it's funny how that works because we'll go into D1 in football. The names are the same there too. It
is. You're right. All right, there we go. That's girls volleyball again. Their tournament underway over at the Resch Center in Green Bay. Two Guys on Sports brought to you by Braun Concrete and Excavating and All Motor Performance in Neillsville. And high school football, we go into I guess they call it the sectional finals now for 11 players.
All right.
And
That's
not level 3.
That's a good name. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it sounds nicer anyway that they made the sectional semifinals.
So you got the sectional finals tonight or tomorrow night.
Okay.
In high school football.
Yeah, I said there's of course in D7 we haven't had a whole lot. I think we've talked a little bit about Cochrane, Fountain City, also Boyceville. You and I did a game with Edgar up there a few years ago, and that's a very nice program up there too. Would not be surprised to see them go on. But on the bottom side, you got Kenosha Joes and Coleman, and both solid programs.
Yes,
so another good matchup. So
and you look on Hilbert, another team that you always
absolutely
see somewhere.
Yep. Pittsville had the disadvantage of playing them right off the bat.
Division 6, of course, the matchup that we were hoping for, Mondovi at Regis.
Yep. I'll tell you what, Fall Creek gave Regis everything they wanted last weekend.
Did.
A late touchdown there. But we'll see. It'll be interesting. Mondovi going back in there, lost on a last-second touchdown the first time around. I'm sure they've got their dander up for this one. So
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I guess one note you can take from Edgar is don't come close because the next week Poynette found that out.
Poynette really paid the price for Loyal coming close the week, LG coming close the week before.
Edgar beat Poynette 42-0 after that.
So, and then they're going up against Bondwell, and Bondwell beat Kewanee 37-36. I thought Kewanee would come through that, but so Bondwell will come to Edgar. And the winner of that game will face the winner of Regis and Mondovi, and I guess that's a state semifinal.
State semifinal, they call that, yeah.
Okay, so some good teams on the other side, right? Darlington, of course, Larry Bennett's Surround program. They play Belleville. Belleville's the number 7 seed, but they beat Markesan right off the bat, and then and Crandon, of course, had beaten Auberdale, and Belleville was able to knock off Crandon, and now they will play at Darlington tomorrow night, so.
Yeah, that was a 7-6.
7-6
Belleville
matchup.
against Crandon.
You don't
last
see
week.
that too much in football anyway.
No.
But sometimes you'll see it come through in basketball or some of the other sports. Very seldom do you see that happen in football.
No.
So,
by the way, that Bondwell Edgar game is on 92.3 WOSQ tomorrow night starting at 7 o'clock. Division 5, let's go there.
okay.
Where we've got Grantsburg against Northwestern. That should be a dandy
Grantsburg, first of all, boy, I'll tell you what, Durand, Arkansas was very close to being. Durand, Arkansas had the lead in that game all the way because we were kind of following that when we were up at Tomahawk. But Grantsburg came back won that game 36-30. Northwestern, very strong program, and they knocked off a good St. Croix Falls team too, who always seems to hang around. So that's going to be tough for.
Those are two of the top teams in the state, right
absolutely.
there. Meeting in
Grantsburg will have home field advantage, but Northwestern is going to be tough to beat up
Yes,
there.
they are.
So.
Stratford is at Tomahawk. We saw Tomahawk last week.
Big, very big, strong, two big, strong running backs. But I think we've seen what could be their kryptonite in the second half because Columbus completed some long passes, and Stratford's going to come in there with a lot of speed and a good quarterback. And I think that might be the difference in that game for Stratford over Tomahawk.
And they're very experienced, Stratford.
Absolutely, and they know how to win, Larry.
Yep,
you know,
exactly.
I mean, they took on a very good Prairie du Chien team last weekend, beat them 28-21. So, but I'm not disregarding Tomahawk, but boy, I'll tell you what, seeing what Devin Timler and those guys did last weekend throwing the ball, I kind of see Stratford doing the same thing.
So that game will be on 1450 AM, 98.7 FM, WDLB tomorrow night.
I think if Tomahawk wants to win that game, they better hold on to the ball.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
yeah.
So.
Amherst and Mayville, there's a good one.
That is a dandy there. That's two really tremendous programs, and Mayville been a number one team all season. Amherst, of course, been right up there too. So, boy, I'll tell you, that's at Mayville. That is going to be one tremendous game there.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. All right, Division 4. Anything that stands out? Mosinee still alive?
Yeah,
there?
Mosinee, they've got a tough one going down to Columbus. Columbus, very strong program. On the other side, Baldwin Woodville going down to Aquinas. That's going to be a tough chore, taking Aquinas at home. And then on the bottom side, two teams that aren't going very far, Freedom and Winneconne, but very good, strong program.
Yes.
So, but Mosinee, very good team. But that is going to be a tough chore going down to face Columbus.
Yes,
so.
it is.
So.
Yeah. All right, Division 3. Anything stand out there? No
Not-
local teams
nothing
there.
local. Grafton been a strong program. Pewaukee, Catholic Memorial. Anytime you see Catholic Memorial, you think you're going to. They're probably the favorite in that bracket. So
Surprise there probably would be Reedsburg coming
Yep.
out of that top half of that bracket, a number 4 seed.
Yeah, knocked off the number 1 Edgewood last week, and then start with Waterford. But Reedsburg athletics have been coming around the last few years. They've had really good wrestling program the last couple of years, and then also some other sports. So I think they're in a part of there. They've got some really talented classes right now.
Is that where Rob Bouch coaches?
Rob Bouch is the wrestling coach. Yes.
Former Neilsville.
Yep.
Should I say standout?
I think he was.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
he'd like it.
I know he would. I know he would, yes. Oh, you got to love Rob.
You betcha.
All right, Division 2.
A lot of nice matchups here,
there
Larry. You go on that bottom left, Notre Dame and Rice Lake. And that is going to be a dandy over at Green Bay. So, but both teams ranked in the top 3 in Division 2 all year.
Oshkosh North's been
Yeah.
kind of coming through
Yeah,
that
they
bracket.
came to as a 3, beat Marshfield, but made that trip to New Richmond and won, and now they get to take the same trip back to River Falls. So, but that'll be a dandy there. And then 2 good programs on the bottom side, Homestead and Winona Grove, and then of course West of Pier has always been a team that's been around a lot too. So.
Yeah, they've been putting up some points.
Oh, absolutely.
70 points.
70
they had
points against Hartford. So that's
for
pretty
a
awesome.
for a first round matchup. That's
Yeah.
All right, Division 1, as we mentioned, a lot of those teams you see the same names.
You start off Waunakee and De Pere, and then on the bottom side, Arrowhead and Hamilton, very good. Muskego and Badger, and then Franklin and Bayport. Man, all those teams have been champions one time or another in the last 15 years, I think.
But you look at De Pere, and they're a 7th seed.
Yeah, absolutely. They worked their way through. I said, they had to start off with a very good Neenah team, beat them in overtime, but then they whipped Hudson pretty good last week. So, and that was over at Hudson, of course. So.
All right, so there you go. Sectional finals for 11-player football. And, of course, the 8-player football, they have just one bracket, so they have the state semifinals coming up tomorrow.
And these are at neutral sites. So McDonald and Lena St. Thomas Aquinas, that'll be at DC Everest. And then Oakfield and Gilman will be at Wapaka. So, and I said you and I took a look at this bracket. It popped out right away that, Gilman and McDonald could be in a state championship game out of the same conference, and nothing has changed my thinking there either. So
No, it's very well could be that.
yeah, the team I don't know a lot about is Oakfield, and that would be the mystery team there. Lena St. Thomas Aquinas, we saw them play Owen Withey in the state final last year, and Owen Withey ran the ball tremendously against them, and I would think McDonald can probably do that again too. So
Now, if there was a McDonald-Owen Withey matchup
yeah,
at state, what do you think of that matchup?
McDonald Gilman.
Gilman, I mean. McDonald-Gilman.
Gilman won the first time around, but I think McDonald was ahead for a while in that game. So I think, second time around, anything can go. So
Boy, what are the odds? We have two teams from the same conference, but they put them on the opposite sides of the bracket.
And then another thing, too, November 15th, Larry, I believe there's a date of that game.
Yeah.
Weather.
Yeah,
Could weather play a factor in that game, too? So, I mean, we've done that game 2 years, and it's the first one was pretty cold. Last year was nice, but the first year was darn cold out there.
Yeah.
So
got to have a running game, I guess.
absolutely.
Gotta have a running game.
I mean, I knew for years Newman went with the pass, but guys like Terry Lauby, Robin Rosemeyer, they rewrote this. Find the three biggest, fastest linemen you can and put the fastest back you can behind them.
And a good quarterback
And
that
a
can
good
run.
quarterback that can run. And I said, you watch that tape of Owen Withey last year with Mason Gay, and then the quarterback, I forget his name, Dustin, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but Mason Gay ran wild in that
he
game.
did.
So.
Yeah, good offensive line.
Yep.
You don't need many.
No.
8 player, but
Yeah, 8 player, and yes, the field is a little narrower, but you pass the 3 linemen, there is a lot of space
a
to
lot
run.
of room to run. Yes, there is.
So.
All right, coming up this weekend, kind of a prestigious wrestling event going on over in New York. It's the Bill Farrell Memorial International at the New York Athletic Club. And it's an annual event. It's been going on for 60 years, sanctioned by the United World Wrestling, making it one of the most significant wrestling tournaments in North America. Now, you're going to have competitors from all over the world there for this wrestling tournament. And if you place in the top 4, the U.S. athletes that place in the top 4, who have yet to qualify for the world national team.
Yeah, and you're also starting to accumulate for Olympic tryouts too. So
if you're in the top 4, you're in a spot on the World Team Trials Challenge Tournament. And there are over 260 athletes registered for this thing this weekend.
Absolutely, this is a big time deal.
And
here.
one of those guys is Stephen Buchanan.
Yep,
Stephen Buchanan is registered in the men's freestyle at 97 kilograms,
which is 197 pounds, I believe.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But which he's weighed since high school.
He's amazing how he can keep that weight. So they'll have preliminary rounds tomorrow morning, and then medal matches in the Greco-Roman and women's freestyle in the evening, and then preliminary rounds for men's freestyle Saturday morning, and then the men's freestyle medal matches Saturday afternoon later in the day.
And you can find those results on Flow Wrestling.
That's always a nice place to go for all
Absolutely.
those results. Flow Wrestling. Again, Two Guys on Sports brought to you by All Motor Performance in Neillsville and Braun Concrete and Excavating. And let's go to Where Are They Now here on the program.
Okay, Larry, we're going to travel up to Loyal, and we're going to talk about Rachel Wire. Rachel was a 2007 graduate of Loyal High School. In the fall, Rachel was a 4-year letter winner on the Loyal cross country team. Her freshman year, she was Clover Regional and Regional champion and sectional runner-up, qualifying for the WI Division III state meet where she finished 9th. Her sophomore year, the Loyal Greenwood cross country co-op began. Rachel was Clover Belt All-Conference first team and sectional runner-up, qualifying for the WI D2 state meet where she finished 45th as an individual. Her junior year, she was sectional runner-up, qualifying for WI D2 state meet where she finished 43rd. Her senior year, she was a sectional qualifier. In the winter, Rachel was a 3-year letter winner on the Loyal girls basketball team. Her sophomore year, the Greyhounds were 11-10, losing to Mondovi in the regionals. Rachel averaged 5 points and 3 rebounds per game. Her junior year, Loyal was 10-11 on the season, losing to Neillsville in the regionals. Rachel averaged 6 points and 4 rebounds. Her senior year, the Greyhounds were 16-6, losing to Mondovi in the regionals. Rachel averaged 7 points and 4 rebounds per game. In the spring, Rachel was a 4-year letter winner on the Loyal girls softball team. Her freshman year, the Greyhounds were 18-4. They were Clover Belt East regional and sectional champions, qualifying for the WI Division IV state tournament, where they lost in the semis to Catholic Central 12-0. Rachel was 0 for 2 in that game. On the season, Rachel batted .280 with 10 RBIs. Her sophomore year, Loyal was 17-3. They were Clover Belt East and regional champs, losing to Crandon in the sectional semis. Rachel batted .328 with 17 RBIs and was a first-team selection on the Clover Belt All-Conference team. Her junior year, Loyal was 13-6 on the season, losing to Stratford in the regionals. Rachel batted .332 with 15 RBIs and was named first-team All-Conference. Her senior year, the Greyhounds were 16-5 on the season, losing in the regional finals to Thorpe. Rachel batted .345 on the season with 20 RBIs and was first team on the all-conference team for the Clover Belt East. After graduation, Rachel enrolled at UW La Crosse and joined the Eagles softball team. Her freshman year, La Crosse was 22-19. They were WIAC tournament champs, qualifying for the NCAA D3 tournament where they lost in the regionals to St. Norbert. Rachel batted .411 with 7 home runs, 12 doubles, 3 triples, and 32 RBIs. She was an honorable mention selection on the WIAC All-Conference team. Her sophomore year, the Eagles were 34-12. They were WIAC tournament champs, qualifying for the NCAA D3 tournament, losing in the regionals to St. Thomas. Rachel batted .342 with 2 home runs, 8 doubles, 2 triples, and 19 RBIs. Her junior year, La Crosse was 38-9. Rachel batted .290 with 5 home runs, 10 doubles, 2 triples, and 38 RBIs. And she was named to the WIAC All-Sportsmanship team. Her senior year, La Crosse was 28-16. Rachel batted .268 with 1 home run, 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 12 RBIs. For the second consecutive year in a row, she was named to the WIAC All-Sportsmanship team. For her career at La Crosse, Rachel ranks first all-time in at-bats with 580, 4th all-time in hits with 191, 7th in home runs with 15, 4th in doubles with 36, 5th in triples with 19, 4th in runs with 127, and 5th in RBIs with 101. She also holds the UW La Crosse record for hits in a game with 5. Rachel graduated from UW La Crosse in 2012 with a bachelor's degree in community health education and earned her master's from the University of Denver in 2014. Today, Rachel is an addiction therapist specializing in substance use disorders in Montrose, Colorado. Rachel Wire Lloyd and her husband, Ben, reside in Montrose, Colorado. Rachel Wire, Larry.
Yeah, the Wire name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ray Wire's daughter.
Okay.
Ray
yes.
and Bonnie.
Yes.
So,
very synonymous
great
with
athlete like her parents.
Yes,
so,
with
yeah.
softball. A lot of wires
Yeah.
coming through there
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
softball
Yeah.
over in Loyal. All right, moving on here on the show. Two Guys on Sports. Now going into our 7th year
Yes.
here on the air. By the way, you can get all our archive programs online. Just go to cwbradio.com. All right, college football, a big one in the WIAC coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, I said it's coming down, and this could be. They do have another week to go, but La Crosse and River Falls stand on top of the conference at 4-1, and they will meet in River Falls on Saturday. So, and the winner will have
The inside
new
track there, yeah.
even though the next week River Falls does have to go to Stout the next week.
Oh, okay.
But it's a big deal. And River Falls last week, 52-14 over Whitewater. I don't think Whitewater's taken a beating like that in the conference in a long time.
No.
So, but I'll tell you what, you never look past La Crosse because they will take it to you. So.
Oh, yeah, La Crosse
Yeah.
coming back like they always
Yeah.
were back in the day.
Yeah, River Falls is ranked 8th in the country, Larry. La Crosse is 10th. So,
That'll be a good one.
So, the winner is going to get the winner of the conference course gets an automatic berth in the D3 playoffs. So we'll see what happens. So
And I would think even the second-place team in the
usually
WIAC.
they get 2, and they've had 3.
Oh, yeah.
They've had 3. So
Yeah.
it's such a tough conference, and like I said, you got River Falls and La Crosse thing on top, but you also got Platteville, Whitewater, and Stout at 3-2 in the conference also.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a tough. It is a slobber knocker
Yes,
of a
it is.
conference this
Yes,
year.
indeed it is.
So.
Division I college football, they came out with the first CFP rankings.
Yep,
No surprise,
Yeah,
really.
Ohio State on top, Indiana 2, Texas A&M 3, Alabama 4, Georgia 5, Ole Miss 6. So
Pretty much followed the AP.
absolutely,
rankings.
yeah, pretty much right down the line. Some pretty good battles this week, though. I said you got LSU at number 4, Alabama. Of course, LSU would have had a better game earlier, but
I see
Yeah.
BYU at 7 is at Texas
Tech. That's the big one.
Number 8.
That you look at playoff and you're getting up, where you might be able to crack that top 4 if something happens, and that means you get a bye.
Right.
But both these at 7 and 8, you're hosting playoff games. So
Right.
So you fall out of that, you may still make the playoffs, but you're going to be traveling. So
Right,
but,
right.
So
And one of those unbeaten teams, Texas A&M, is at Missouri.
yes,
who
that'll
is
be a good one.
22.
And Missouri is 22 and still not out of it. And then Oregon, number 9 at Iowa, and Iowa ranked 20th. Iowa very, very tough at home though. So
Yeah.
and I don't think Oregon is as good as people think either. So.
Okay.
Because I seen them play against Wisconsin that day, and it just was not impressed.
Well, I know a lot of people thought they had the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback
Yeah.
there, but
Yeah.
all of a sudden he hasn't looked that great.
Yeah, I tell you, that Heisman is different this year. The Vanderbilt quarterback, I forget his name off the top of my head, but I think,
Pakia.
yeah, and then, of course, Indiana quarterback is going to be in there, and but who knows? So,
The Jets are all looking at all of them.
well, they got 5 first-round picks the next 2 years and 2 second-round picks next year. I said they should be able to rebuild their team, I would
You
think.
would think, yeah. Maybe they can figure out a quarterback this
Yeah.
time around.
I don't. They have never
have
had.
not.
They have never drafted a Probably the last quarterback that was good for them was Chad. I forget his name.
Harrington?
Yeah, I said something like that. Yeah, I don't remember. But
Joe Namath?
yeah, Joe Namath. Yes. Richard Todd.
Yeah,
Richard
Richard
Todd. They had
Todd, yes.
Richard Todd back in the day. So
Yeah, they have not been
they
able
just
to hit
have
on a
not
quarterback.
done it. And it's not like some of these guys. Sam Darnold
Right.
was there.
Yeah.
I said guys like that. They just have not hit on him. So
Well,
it's,
look at Fields. He went there and
yep, he just went. He looked. When he was a rookie with the Bears, I thought he was going to be around for a long time, and he didn't get a lot of time in Pittsburgh last year behind Russell Wilson. But I
Right.
thought going to the Jets, maybe they got some, and he just went in the tank there. So
so did Rodgers, and now
Yeah.
look at him.
Yep,
to
Rodgers
Steelers
playing well.
and- yeah.
Getting the right system, and so.
Packers have the Eagles Monday night. And They're
Yeah.
going to have to improve a few things.
Yeah, I said they really
Did not
very
look
poor
good.
performance.
Yeah, did not look
I
good at
said
all.
there wasn't any part of their game that looked really good as far as Jordan Love. You look so good one game and then be so bad the next game, and then
And then what happened to Micah Parsons?
yeah, their
Non-existent.
defensive line was not there at
No.
all. I said the running game got by him. The quarterback did not hardly get hit all day. So
He didn't throw that much, but he didn't have to.
No,
When you got
But,
the guy running for 130.
big loss in losing Tucker Kraft, though.
Yeah,
you're
it is.
big target. But I'll tell you what, Larry, that draft that Tucker Kraft was taken third in, Luke Musgrave was taken in the second round. It is time for Luke Musgrave
Yep.
to stand up and
Yep.
take a step
Well,
up, and
maybe this is his time.
It's got to be the difference.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to go out and well, they didn't trade. They didn't make
No.
any trades, but you're not going to go out and find a tight end on the waiver list to replace Tucker Kraft. Your best bet is Luke
guy that's
Musgrave.
there.
Musgrave. So
And I think he's capable.
I think so too. I think he's a very good. He just hasn't had a lot of attempts at getting thrown to because
Right.
Kraft has
Right.
stepped up big time, and his first year or two he was hurt a lot too. So, but now is his time to step up.
Yep.
But their offensive line has got to play a lot better too.
Yes, yes.
Way too many holding penalties and
yeah, too many things
yeah.
shooting themselves in the
Oh
foot.
man,
Yeah.
just terrible. And
Yeah.
like I said, some of the throws that Love made, I did not know where he was throwing to.
I know, yeah.
So, and LaFleur getting a lot of criticism this week too for not taking 3 points in the fourth quarter there, and
Yeah.
quite
yeah.
and the play that they had called was bad anyway, so you might as well have took it. So I don't know. So I just wow. So
Yeah. So that'll
but,
be interesting.
That Philly Green Bay game Monday night is probably the best game of the weekend. Pittsburgh at the LA Chargers, pretty. New England at Tampa Bay Sunday at noon. That'll
That
be a
might
good one.
Yeah, that'd be
New
all right.
England kind of with Indianapolis, one of the surprise teams this
Yeah.
year, and Tampa Bay, very solid team too. So
Yeah.
So
All right, so there you go. That's what's happening around the world of sports. So we've got football games for you tomorrow night. We got Stratford at Tomahawk on 1450 AM, 98.7 FM, WDLB, and Bonduel at Edgar. That game on 92.3 WOSQ. Dick and I have the Friday night off.
Yay!
First time in a while.
Yeah, I said probably turn on the TV and kind of flip between games.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Braun Concrete and Excavating bring us Two Guys on Sports along with All Motor Performance. I'm Larry Hazer.
I'm Dick Olson.
We'll talk to you again next week.